Hi and welcome to Tech with Martin Stenhoff. Today we will create a Azure VM, Linux, and sign in via SSH key and Bastion. So I will not just install a virtual machine. I will also how to utilize the SSH keys to make a secure sign in. So on my other episode with the WordPress sites and that we have this set up with my virtual network. I have the web apps, I have my MySQL database, my jump host, and Bastion as a separate subnet in the virtual networks. So today we will install the one extra virtual machine here in the VM subnet. So and access it from the jump host. It will not be published on the internet, just inside the VM subnet to isolate it. So first thing, go to the virtual machines and select create from there. Virtual machine. And I have a resource group I want to use, resource group VMs. So I have a separate resource group for this machine and maybe future VMs if I like to have specific permissions or follow the cost around this virtual machine. Since it's episode 3, we create the name episode 3 VM West Europe. For this I will have an Ubuntu server 204 long-term support Gen2 and the size. Of course you can select different sizes if you want, and you can see the costs here. Since I'm based in Sweden, is SEK, but if you put a 0 afterwards, so you get sorry, so 300 crowns will be around 30 euro or 30 US. I would like to use SSH public keys. So I have actually I want to have another username for that one. EDM EP 03VM as the admin user for this one, and I like to use existing public keys for this. And to enable to do this, I would like to generate new keys. You can do it from the Cloud Shell if you want, or as I like to do it from a jump host. So I have the jump host here already up and running. Access it via the, so to say, Bastion SSH. So it's a format I would like to take, and an LSA key with 4096 bits, and I like to store it locally here in the SSH, and I name it the same as the virtual machine, so I can have different keys depending on, so to say, machines I would like to connect to on this jump host. So yeah, let's start generating the keys. Well, I don't want to have a password on that. Now we have both a private and a public key. And to create the machine here, we use the public key. This, so let's cat that out, and that ends with .pub. So I will get the public key here, and there is an issue here actually. When you copy and paste from Bastion, there will be some kind of new line. So I watched that in Notepad++ first actually. And then I paste in the key here. After that, I like to not use an internet public port as the inbound port. Okay. Disk, I just have it like this. I don't want an extra disk. You can create extra disks here, of course, if you want. Networking, I would not like to make a new virtual network. I want to use the existing virtual network that I have and the existing virtual machine subnet that I've already created in other episodes. So I select my virtual network and select my VM subnet, and so the machine will get on the same subnet as the jump host. And this is quite interesting that you still get an ask for a public IP if I don't want it. So I don't want that. And yeah, that's all here. The next screen is the management, and usually you can select the defaults here. There is an enable to auto shut down the machine. Select the shutdown time, which time zone you want. So it's good if you want to save some cost, and if it's, so to say, not have to have run all the time. This all cost is time based here. Advanced, nothing else here. Tags, no. Let's move on to next. Okay, then we just hit create and create the machine. And wait for the creation to be finished. Okay, here we have the machine. We see it's our Linux-based machine, the machine name, resource group, status running, which subnet we have. We have our IP address, so it looks good. So let's see if we can connect to it. Go into our jump host, SSH. We specify our private key and our username. And at our IP address. And now it's first time we connect to it, we need to get the fingerprint. And voila! We have our machine up and running. So now we can get it from our jump host, and let us also see if we can connect it directly with an Bastion interface as well. So if we go back to the blade with the new virtual machine, let's see if we can connect it via Bastion as well. We take our username. We need a private key. Of course, you can save it or also store it in an Azure Key Vault. But for this simple test, we just cut out our private key directly. Oh, I'm still on the, so to say, newly created machine. Then you don't have the private key. So here we have the private key. Select it, and it's a little bit tricky in Bastion sometimes to copy and paste, but there is a clipboard here you can use. Paste in the private key. Voila! Now we can connect it with Bastion. We can connect it with our jump host, and it's located here now. So this is a quite short episode how to create a virtual machine, how to connect it with SSH and with keys, and as usual, store your keys well. And that's all for this episode, and hopefully please comment, please subscribe to my channel, and I'm planning to use more videos around management and virtual machines, so how to update them, how to reset passwords, how to manage them. So that will be some future episodes, so on, and also backup and so on. So thank you very much. Bye.